What exactly is a Rebbe? Well, when the Rebbe himself was asked this question, the Rebbe's answer, paraphrasing, the Rebbe's answer was, a Rebbe is someone who can ignite the godly spark in every soul. You might think of it as there are collective souls and there are individual souls. Like, for example, there was the soul of our patriarch Jacob. His children became the 12 tribes of Israel, each one with their own soul, with their own style, with their own understanding, and so on. And yet, they all came from the one soul of Yaakov, and his inspiration informed all of their beliefs and practices and studies. So you have a soul that is the master soul for many, many souls. Then there is the master soul for the entire generation. That master soul is the Rebbe. Now, there are other Rebbes. There always were since the time of the Baal Shem Tov. But there's a difference in their approach, in their philosophy, in their teachings. Most Rebbes inspire their followers. The Rebbe is the learned person, the Rebbe is the inspired person, the Rebbe is the godly person, the Rebbe is the holy individual, and all of that inspires his followers. The Chabad Rebbe has a very different approach. The Chabad Rebbe will inspire you to find your own inspiration internally. So don't get excited about a holiday, a Yom Tov, by catching the excitement of your Rebbe. Develop a personal appreciation for the holiness, the beauty, the meaning of a holiday, and inspire yourself internally. Very different. Chabad produced some great Chassidim. And I remember being impressed by the fact that when Chassidim would get together, when a Chassidic teacher would want to make a point to his students, he would tell a story about an elderly Chassid, a great Chassid, a wise Chassid. It wasn't always about the Rebbe, it was about great Chassidim who had mastered, who had come to understand and appreciate the meaning of a mitzvah, the meaning of godliness, the meaning of being a Jew, and they became an inspiration to younger Chassidim. That can change the world. And it has. What were the major teachings of the Rebbe? You know, some people describe the Rebbe as a soldier. Some people described him as a revolutionary with global aspirations. Some people described him as a father to his people, sensitive, caring, thoughtful, always available, never took a vacation, which in and of itself is superhuman. What was his teachings? What was he all about? Primarily, essentially, repairing this world so that it becomes godlier and holier than heaven. That has always been the Jewish ambition, the Jewish purpose. The world is the lowest of all of God's creations. We are God's partners, elevating the world, refining the world, bringing heaven down to earth so that her earth becomes more heavenly than heaven. That was the goal, that was the objective. The Rebbe's own statement that from the time he started cheder, like kindergarten, he had a vision of what an actualized world would be like. A world of godliness. And he was determined to use every method, every resource available to bring the world to its fullest potential. How do we do that? Well, the Torah is God's blueprint for creation. Follow the blueprint. Follow the rules. God told us what he needs from us. We are devoted and loyal to fulfilling God's plan. So the Rebbe's message was, number one, the world must be repaired. Number two, every single individual of the 8 billion people in the world has some little piece of reality that only he or she can fix. And that's why they exist. That's why they were born. That's why they're here. So everyone is crucial. Everyone is necessary to complete the plan. Everyone is a piece of the puzzle. And for the puzzle to be complete, it can't be missing even one piece. So he empowered us to not think of ourselves as private citizens, but as public servants. In simple words, he wanted to prepare the world for Mashiach. The Rebbe's style or approach in his leadership role, guiding his followers, it keeps surprising everybody. Every year that goes by, we realize that we are still not completely up to the development, up to the description and understanding of what the Rebbe actually pulled off and how he did it and how he made it look easy. It needs to be studied with serious scholarly investigation. How did he do what he did? I don't know. But it continues to surprise. It continues to amaze. What we did see, the Rebbe would never use bribes, threats, ulterior motives to inspire good behavior. It had to be the real thing and only the real thing. Goodness because it's good. Morality because it's moral. Godly because this is God's world. No gimmicks, no hyperbole, no exaggerations. Just the truth. Coupled with an incredible kindness. A man of his knowledge, a man of his vision, who could see the world in its perfect form, had to have the superhuman patience of watching people plod along slowly, making tiny steps of progress, and always patient and always complimentary, always respectful, even of children. That's a strange combination. Powerful enough to face down great political leaders, people of high office, people of great achievement. And the Rebbe spoke to them with total honesty. And they came out feeling like they had just spoken to their grandfather. Generals, great artists, great writers, great scientists, great doctors. Everybody treats them with awe and respect. And the Rebbe very politely pushed them. Accomplish more. Why aren't you doing more? Why don't you have the Nobel Prize yet? Why don't you push forward in your study, in your knowledge, in your expertise? There's so much more to do. He was disarming. But once he told you, you couldn't ignore it. So it was a mystical and mystifying combination of iron-willed, gentle as a butterfly, patient, like a real grandfather, and a real model of devotion and commitment. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program, there's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us, take a look, click the link below, and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.